Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. This episode of Wakey and Bakey is not going to be different like any other. I just wanted to come on before we drop the video to let you know that this video is a little bit long, but well worth the wait. So please stay tuned, and here we go.
Does today feel weird to you?
Yeah. When I woke up, I didn't have a bed. My mattress was just like on the floor.
Me too. We used to have beds, right?
Right.
Wait, why are you folding wet clothes?
I don't know. There's no dryer.
We can't shift gears.
Oh no! It's a day without black inventions! Okay, that's enough. You get it, we get it.
Black people invented stuff. End of episode?
No, there's more to it.
Like what?
Slavery.
Okay, explain.
Here's the thing, Evie Pooh.
Don't call me that.
It's all about the Benjamins.
Money?
Right. Sure, that's what I meant. Money. As in, we couldn't make any for 250 years. And I'm not talking about picking cotton.
Thank God.
I'm talking about not owning our intellect. See, black people being equal to white people in every way
Preach.
didn't lose their intellect just because they were in bondage. We were inventing solutions to everyday problems. But the one problem black people couldn't solve was the discrimination that made it impossible for them to patent and profit off of their inventions. Take, for instance, Ned. Ned was a slave in Mississippi.
Oh God. Poor Ned.
Right. But he found a way to make his cotton picking easier.
I thought you said no cotton picking.
In 1857, Ned invented a very effective new cotton scraper.
Go Ned.
So his master, Oscar Stewart, decided to patent it.
What? He didn't invent anything.
Exactly. So the patent office said, nope.
Good.
But was it though? Because Oscar just started selling it without a patent.
No, he didn't.
He sure did. And he got away with it by making sure that every ad said clearly that it was his slave Ned's invention.
Well, that's something, I guess.
Wait, I'm not done. The ad also said that Ned's invention proved that slavery was good for black people and does not, as the abolitionist said, dwarf the mind of the Negro.
Well, this Negro is about to dwarf him.
Free black people were inventing things all the time.
That's right.
Like Henry Boyd. He was born into slavery in 1802, and he purchased his freedom in 1826.
I am so proud of him.
Me too. He was a carpenter, and he invented a corded bed with wooden rails connected to a headboard and a footboard.
And he was free, so ka-ching?
No, because he was still black. He knew that his patent would likely be rejected and his invention might be stolen. So he decided to partner with a white craftsman and have him apply for the patent.
That's only half the Benjamins.
Messed up, but partnering with the white guy also made it possible for him to have a company with black and white employees. By law, free black people could not employ white people, and since there weren't many free blacks to employ, it was almost impossible to build your business without owning slaves, which, no way.
Yikes. Okay, so do you have any good stories?
No, not really.
Well, I do. Meet Benjamin Montgomery.
Oh, tell us about the Benjamin.
Wait, was that what you Never mind. So, Benjamin was a slave in Mississippi, and in the 1850s, he invented a steamboat propeller especially designed for shallow water.
Ooh, shallow. I love shallow.
Yeah, shallow was good because shallow water is where boats carried small necessities like food.
Ooh, food. I love food.
Right. And steamboats were getting stuck in the water all the time, delaying the deliveries. Well, Montgomery applied for a patent and it was
Rejected?
Yes, rejected because he was a slave. So his master, who happened to be Joseph Davis, Jefferson Davis's brother,
Okay, weird coincidence.
applied to patent it, and that was also
Rejected!
Why are you so excited?
I love life!
Yes, it was rejected because he didn't invent it. But that's okay, because Montgomery started selling it anyway.
Bold move, Ben.
Joseph Davis had this deal with his slaves where they could work for themselves and keep the cash if they paid him for the time they would have spent in his fields.
Thanks.
So Montgomery sold his propellers, giving a lion's share to his owner, until after the Civil War when he was freed.
Take that, Davis brothers.
And then he sold it for himself, still without patent protection, and was able to amass a sizable fortune.
Go Ben, it's your birthday. Go
That's
Ben,
not a thing anymore,
It's...
Daisy.
Oh, I think it is.
Back to me. I got one more. Benjamin Bradley. Do we have time?
Anything for a Benjamin.
Born a slave in 1830, this Benjamin, not unlike the other, had a natural skill and curiosity toward math, which he learned secretly from his master's kids.
Oh, those kids were bad.
Sometimes being bad is good. His master rented him out as an office worker to the Department of Natural and Experimental Philosophy at the Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland.
I'm sorry, what?
He was essentially an employee of the Naval Academy, but his pay went to his master.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, slavery. Professors at the academy were so impressed with his scientific mind that they made him an assistant in the science department. There, Bradley developed the first model of a steam engine for a warship.
War. What is it good for?
Making bank. Of course, he couldn't patent the engine because he was a slave, but he sold it anyway.
Like Benjamins are wont to do.
And the money from the sales allowed him to purchase his freedom.
Well, he earned it.
Freedom isn't earned, Daisy. Everyone is born free.
You are so wise, Ev.
I know, right?
Hi, Nadia. Thanks for talking to us.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So, how difficult is it to obtain a patent, and why do they even matter?
So it's very difficult to obtain a patent simply because there's not really any data collected once you're applying for a patent. So while that may seem like, oh, well, that makes for a fair process, unfortunately, it doesn't allow for public policy or analysts or anyone to really understand who are creating these patents and how are we attracting more diverse applicants, as well as how are we making opportunities for there to be a diverse pool of people participating in the patent making economy. So as we stand today, there are about an estimated $8 trillion being made from the U.S. patent economy. And so that's about 1/3 of the U.S. GDP. So that alone breaks down how important patent making is, not only to, America being progressive or the United States being in the forefront of innovation, but also in terms of impacting our economy.
So we've figured out that Black people have had to navigate a difficult patent system throughout history. How does that affect the U.S. as a whole today?
This system, contributes greatly to our U.S. economy, not only in money making, but also in terms of providing a substantial amount of job opportunities. So about 27 million jobs indirectly come from IP intensive industries. And then if you break those numbers down even further, you see that about 30% of all employment in the U.S. actually comes from the patent economy. So it's very important that the U.S. makes sure that there is an opportunity for everyone to participate in this. So that way, again, we're staying ahead in terms of innovation.
So who are some of your current faves out here inventing?
Bonnie Johnson, who invented the Super Soaker water gun. I think we've all played with one of those. As a kid, they were really great devices to keep you cool. And then you have Bishop Curry at 10 years old, who invented a device that helped prevent infants, dying in like hot cars or cars getting too warm. I thought that was, I was in awe of that. I remember always ranting and raving about Madam C.J. Walker, who created, the first successful hair line products for African American women.
Thanks, Nadia. Bye.
No problem. Let me know if you need anything else.
What invention are you waiting to come along, and how would it help you?
I like that thing in Star Trek where you just type in what food you want and then it just comes out.
I'm thinking more like a device that will detangle your hair for you.
Oh no, that's amazing.
I'm saying. Well, that's all we got today.
Wait, no Benjamin Banneker?
No time.
Benjamin Franklin?
He was white.
What?
Subscribe, follow, social media, etc. We owe a lot to Black inventors, and so instead of our usual credits, we'd like to offer them the credit that they so often did not receive. Roll them. Okay.
Thanks, Jim. Oh my god, I love Super Soakers.
Yeah.
Yes.
I Right, this is getting ridiculous.
Cell phone technology. Oh my God. Take a nap, Black people. Stop this being prolific stuff.
Gosh, ambitious?
Okay. Okay, Black people.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, Wakey Bakey. What's up, everyone? I know the intro video was a little bit long, but well needed. As you can see, I did a search. I wanted to show you a little bit of culture when it comes to Black people in America and in the world. They've invented so many things. There's so many things that we know and love that are contributed to Black people in America who have created those things. But as you also heard and learned, that it has always been a system when it comes to IP and US patents. It has been a system where it wasn't necessarily favorable for Blacks in America. So I wanted to show you guys that video to open your eyes a little bit more about the culture. Man, in today's time, we're hearing a lot and reading a lot of stuff on social media, negative, positive, both ends of the spectrum. So I'm just going to continue to do these live streams, these wakey bakey sessions, the live sessions in the afternoon occasionally. And each one of our sessions will have a intro video that will open your eyes to more culture from different demographics, and will showcase diversity throughout each and every one of our episodes. So yeah, that one was by a channel called Say It Loud. They do a PBS special, and most of what that channel talks about is what most of that channel talks about is Black history, Black culture, and things that were created that weren't necessarily given credit to the Black community. So there are a lot of great videos on that channel that can open your eyes to a lot of things. So yeah, thank you to Say It Out Loud. Say It Loud. Just Say It Loud is the channel. So yeah, let me go ahead and close this page out and we'll get this full screen. And good morning. We're about to wake and bake. I've got my brick phone. Hello? Hello? Who are you looking for? Got our brick phone here with some cherry diesel in the bowl. Cherry diesel. I actually dyed my hair yesterday, you guys, again. I'm loving it. I do like it. It's got the purple and the blue going on, kind of combating with each other. Purple and blue, purple and blue. But then when I flip it and lift it, I don't know if you guys can see, but I've got some green, some hunter green on the bottom and a layer of teal above it. So super happy about the way it came out. Good morning, Sam. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I love when I get interaction on this live stream. As always, remember, if you comment on any of the Facebook live streams of this cast, I can pop them on the screen like this. We can reply to them. If you have a question, we can answer it. Or if you have a concern or a comment, we can definitely discuss it. Thank you, Sam. Good morning. Good morning. Sam is an amazing actor, producer, director. You guys should check him out. He has a project coming out, hopefully this summer, called Pizza Joint. It is going to be a cult classic for cannabis community. So definitely check out. The trailers are on YouTube, and it stars amazing lineup. Like Timothy DeLaGhetto, isn't it? She's got an amazing supporting cast. Dope. Good morning to Sam. So I have already made my trail out for the day. This morning, had to take my husband to work. Stopped at Panera, got myself a nice little caramel macchiato. Got my bowl of cherry diesel right here waiting. Please comment below. Let me know what you were toking on. I'm going to give you guys a little show of the cherry diesel. This nuggy nug. And then I think I also have my magnifying glass pretty close. So here's our cherry diesel this morning. So pretty, so pretty. Smell-o-vision. And then I gotta look real quick and see if I actually do have my magnifying glass. Oh, I do. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay, so hi there. Hello there. What's up? You guys ready? Here we go. There's a close-up of the cherry diesel. Nice and sugary. Looks amazing. Fantastic. Yum, 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 yum. So we're about to toke. Again, comment below. Let me know what you guys are toking on. Got a little close-up of the cherry diesel. Here we go. Cheers. All right. So my husband got some shatter yesterday. And it's so pretty. Nice and clear. I'm not really sure what kind of shatter it is, but the packaging is in the living room. So I will let you guys know if you're interested. Comment below. So I've got to point something out. I have a pimple on my nose that I've been dealing with for like 3 weeks. And so I apologize, you guys. It's not going away. And now I have to scrub my fingernails because they've got blue hair dye stuck in them from when I dyed my hair. But I do so love the way it came out. And I got to go get my nails done either today or tomorrow. So fun times. Showed you guys cherry diesel, went ahead and did the toke, and updates. So there will be an update released this week pertaining to Canna Catwalk. We are changing the date. We are pushing it back just a little bit. And this is all due to sponsors that are still going through some COVID-related stuff. There's still states that are in lockdown. A lot of states are reopening, but unfortunately, we have sponsors from across the world. So it's a little bit difficult when dealing with an international sponsorship because there's certain limitations for those individuals who are in those lockdown states still or countries and are dealing with spikes, and people are states are reshutting down stuff because of these increased cases. Colorado hit a spike finally, and I say finally because we were expecting it to happen a lot sooner, but we just hit a spike, but it's a spike in like younger kids. So younger aged individuals are spiking their numbers in COVID here in Colorado. So they're saying that that's potentially not a good thing because young people get in contact with adults and potentially can spread it even if they are asymptomatic. So I don't know. We'll see how that is. But that update will be released soon, and we'll let you know. So you guys have known my husband. I've gotten to know a little bit about my husband if you follow our page or follow my page, because I include him on some of these wake and bake sessions. And we have a show that we started called The Real Blunt. And we kind of discuss just random topics that we pull out of our jar. And we talk about them openly, candidly, and bluntly. And some of you have gotten to know how my husband is. Some of you also know that my husband was an essential worker throughout the whole thing. He actually works at a large name retail or grocery store. So this morning when I was dropping him off at work, one of his coworkers was walking across the parking lot, and he looks at me and he goes, "Oh my God. So yesterday I ordered a new shirt." And he shows me the shirt, and the shirt has a Black Power fist, Black Panther Power fist, and it's got all of the names. It's actually made up of the names like George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. And the whole fist is comprised of those names, the victims of police brutality and racism in this country, people who we are not letting people forget their names. And it's a pretty awesome shirt, and I wish I had this already like pulled up so you could see the shirt. And he's like, "It's because of these coworkers that I had to order this yesterday." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he tells me that he was standing and kind of monitoring employees because he has to take their temperature. He's like kind of just watching what was going down, and one of his coworkers, this one particular Caucasian older lady, was having a discussion with another individual, a customer, and they were talking about George Floyd. And he said, "I was so disgusted." My husband, who is Caucasian, um, he goes, "I was so disgusted because this lady, his coworker, said, nobody would know his name unless he was killed the way he was." And that she said it with such disdain that my husband literally got nauseous from the way that she said it. And I turned and looked at him, and then I looked at this employee as she walks across. And yes, she's an older woman. But at the same time, it speaks volumes to the tone that is just set in this country already. And I mean, even prior to George Floyd's murder and execution and public assassination. And I want to make sure I say those things because I don't want people to think oh, he was just murdered by cops. No, he was assassinated. He was publicly executed by 4 individuals who felt entitled to take his life and did not care that he was screaming and crying for his mother, for his, help. I can't breathe. So yeah, he was not just murdered by police officers. He was publicly assassinated by 4 entitled individuals. So my husband is telling me about this, and I'm just looking at this individual as she walks across the parking lot, and I have like this feeling of just walking up to her and telling her, maybe you should check your privilege. Maybe you should check the way that you talk about people in society, because as you make those type of statements, you're spreading hate, and it's not going to get any better. Those individuals out there who are claiming, there's a lot of posts on social media, and you get very inundated with just negativity. And there are positive posts as well, but the negative posts are just shocking. You get the sense that, there is a divide. There's a definite divide in this country. And so speaking to people like that and educating them is a step. But at the same time, the way he describes it, I don't feel the need to invest time in educating those individuals who make statements like that. So, yeah, he got a shirt to make a statement at work, and we'll see how that place of business, responds to it. And I will definitely keep you guys up to date on how they respond to it. But it's crazy. There are a couple people that my husband works with that other coworkers are like, "Yeah, she's racist. She's racist." And it's like a general knowledge when it comes to these individuals that, the other employees are like, "Yeah, she's racist. She's racist." And I'm like, well, why are they still working here? Like, if all of you guys think that they're racist, why are they still working here? Like, I don't understand, but it is what it is. Last night, update on that. Last night, I actually got some of the best sleep that I've gotten in a very long time. And I woke up very ready to go, very like excited, not exhausted. And I tend to wake up very, do I? I'm doing, but not this morning. And the only thing that changed was yesterday. I finally popped these bad boys in my mouth. Sorry, excuse my fingernails. They're blue because of my hair. I finally took some of these CBN and CBD. It's 300 milligrams of CBN and 300 milligrams of CBD night drops, and full spectrum. CBN relaxation tincture, relaxing energized minds, REM. So relaxing energized minds, so you can reach REM. These drops taste like banana, made all the difference in the world. Woke up at 5 o'clock and did not feel just totally worn out. So it's funny because I designed the label, but I'd never tried the ultra night drops. I had tried the regular night drops and I got some peaceful sleep and it was good. But these are fantastic, like for real. And I literally took 4 drops. That's it. 4 drops, not even 4 droppers, 4 drops of the dropper. And feel dope. Like this morning I was like, okay, cool, I'm taking you to work. It kind of feels like it's 8 o'clock. It's not 8 o'clock yet, it's only 6. Like, ooh, I'm feeling good. And so yeah, you guys can get those at pharmacopoeia-life.com. Check out those night drops. Oh, yesterday I dyed my daughter's hair purple. I dyed my other daughter's hair this, it was supposed to be this heat activated, it's called split decision hair color, where it comes out purple, but when you go out in the sun, it turns blue. And we put it in her hair and left it in there for like 30 minutes and then went and rinsed it out and it totally washed completely out. So literally and luckily I have I don't know why I said literally. Luckily, I have some extra dye. Like I've just got all kinds of colors. So I'll probably be dyeing her hair blue today, possibly. And yeah, fun times in the Bracy Skerdo household. Also, I wanted to tell you guys story time. This just happened. Yesterday, I got a notification. I had been asked to speak at this event, and I had stated that I wanted to talk about how I actually entered the industry and how, I started out with $70 in my pocket and literally started a community organization because I wanted to focus on giving back to the community and having the cannabis industry do so. And so I created an organization community group called Kind Buds Inc. And in order to register it, in order to solicit like donations of food, diapers, wipes, toiletries, I had to get a solicitor's license, which cost me $70 in the state of Colorado. So I wanted to tell that story. I wanted to go in depth about, going through the industry and having like little hiccups here and there where you kind of have to overcome not only the negatives that you get from people within the industry in the space, but also the negatives that you create inside yourself. That was the initial pathway and segue that I wanted to create in this speech opportunity. And they were down for it. The person that, reached out to me and asked me to be a speaker was completely down for it. And so I created my video for this virtual event and I submitted it a couple days ago. And I had totally mentioned in this video that that's what I initially was going to do, was to create this this video to talk about my journey in cannabis, but I really felt how it was important to take the opportunity that I was given and talk about what we are going through as a country and what you can do to get involved and how important your involvement in this movement is, because we have to create critical mass. And I went ahead and talked about that and mentioned, you know, kind of the struggles and the pain that some communities are going through right now because of police brutality, because of racism, and it being alive and well in our country, and how we can combat that as a united front in creating this quote unquote critical mass. And I got an email from the primary organizer, creator, producer of this event. And he told me, he's like, I appreciate who you are. I appreciate, you know, your message. But when it comes to my event, we don't have any recreational videos that will be included. And I'm like, recreational videos? What are you talking about? Like, this isn't recreation. Like, this is change. This is community driven. This is community focused. And he's like, you can definitely take this video and give it to any other event that you might want to participate in. But unfortunately, we can't use it for this event and for my event because there will be no recreational content. So I'm like, wow. And this event is like a global platform event. Why you wouldn't want someone to mention, you know, something pertaining to this movement and this fight is kind of shocking to me. Like, you would think that organizers of events would want to give at least a little bit of their time to send a message of solidarity, to stand with the communities that have been pained by police brutality and racism, which is the top topics in this country. So any representation from America should have that little time allotted to provide a message, because that's important. But he's like, nope, we will have no recreational videos part of this event. So sorry, but no. So I'm like thinking about it, and I'm like, how many events out there consider a message of solidarity, a message of of inclusion, of support? How many event organizers out there consider that to be recreational speech instead of it being, a necessity in our country? I feel like that's also a little bit of an issue if they're viewing it as recreational. It's not a recreational message. It's a very needed message. It's a necessity. It's a message that's just needed to be spread. Unity is the only way we're going to create actual change. Fighting together for a common goal and creating that critical mass that's going to be needed to have people realize this is needed in our country. So, to event organizers out there, I hope that you are keeping that in mind and at least providing some time, allowing an allotted amount of time in your event for a message of inclusion and solidarity for the mission and the cause and the movement, because it is very much needed in our country. It would behoove you to give people an opportunity to speak about the waves and tides that we're going through in this country. I also saw, if you haven't seen, Walmart's CEO made a video for his employees that got leaked and now is on their website. And Walmart is donating money and putting their money where their mouth is and helping with the movement as well, in ways that other, brands and companies haven't really done. I know people are bringing up the Quaker Oats, Aunt Jemima thing. Some people want to bring up the history of the actual person that it's behind, and other people want to say that it's a stand for justice of their injustices, and it's a great move for them. And for me, I want every single brand out there that feels that they've had some type of addition to the systematic racism, the institutional racism, the stereotyping of cultures, and they want to make a change, rebranding. Great. Why don't you donate the profits from that? Donate them, put your money where your mouth is, and take a step out of Walmart's book and donate to organizations that help those demographics in those communities progress. Sure, you're rebranding, but are you rebranding because you actually support the movement and believe in the cause, or are you rebranding because you don't want to be slammed for your historical representation of a, you know, of injustice? Like, because Aunt Jemima is a depiction of a slaved cook, like Southern hospitality. That was the view that was portrayed by Quaker Oats. That was what they wanted people to think when they saw Aunt Jemima was, oh, Southern cooking, Southern hospitality, because she's a representation of a slave. So, and if you look up the history of Aunt Jemima, like there's so many different stories out there. Which one are we supposed to go by? As far as I'm concerned, I say take the profits and help those communities. If you really want to make a difference, put your money where your mouth is. Help support bills that reform any type of discriminatory practices that have been created towards those demographics in those communities as well. So many ways for you to help. I also know that there's a large portion of people of color in cannabis who I've seen made just post an educational, an informational post that let people know how they feel we can diminish or limit the racism that's allowed in the cannabis space. There's a lot of Black entrepreneurs in the cannabis space that just don't feel like it's their obligation to teach anybody on how they could help. And I mean, they're completely have every right to feel that way, if that's how they feel. It has been a long time coming, and these are well overdue movements that we are having in the world today. So, yeah. I just want to bring education, and that's why every single one of my live streams, I include a YouTube video to help kind of open your eyes to what's going on in the world and educate you on culture, and hopefully let you know a little bit more about people of color in general. I plan on doing another live session this afternoon, and that one will have a video too. And I hope that I can keep enlightening people about cultures, because it's going to take that kind of educational push to get people to open their eyes and see that when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, we are human, and we should be loving one another and protecting one another as a human race. And yeah, it's going to take a lot. It's going to take every single one of us trying to educate everybody else. And those of us who are trying to educate, we still have to be open to being educated as well. So yeah, fun times, fun times. I'm baked. I have this roach, hemp wrap, blunt roach. So keep an eye out for that update about Candy Catwalk. Check out some more videos from Say It Loud on YouTube and PBS. Love you guys. Stay lit. Enjoy your Thursday. It's Wakey Bakey Thursday. Positive energy. Raw terror. Love you guys. Peace. One love. I'm out. Take care.